We have a frame of reference for what normalcy is. We haven't gone so far from a time period that was normal that it's completely forgotten in the psyche of Americans. A couple years ago, it wasn't common to drive through a neighborhood and see like ICE agents patrolling it, or like pulling people out of their cars in their homes, violating people's rights, grabbing legal people from certain areas at work, or inside doctors' offices, or inside court hearings where they've been going for years legally. It just didn't happen. It wasn't normal. And now that's being normalized. So we have a frame of reference to say, it's a little awkward, guys. This was not happening a couple years ago. This wasn't happening under Biden. It just wasn't. Now it seems that it's being normalized. And the thing I got to ask you is, where is the red line for people? Because I would imagine, I'm fully convinced at this point, that there are an entire group of people that support this happening. And I also imagine that there is no number of deaths that are too many that stand in the way of what's happening. I can tell you this is just the beginning. This is going to happen in stages just like it did in 1930s Germany. First, they came for the Jewish people. Then they came for disabled people. Then they came for like people that were undesirables in society, like people that were homosexual, people that had any foreign connections, or people that were just a threat to the group that was in charge. But altogether, all these people were treated the exact same. Same thing's going to happen here. This is going to start off with just certain people, and eventually everybody else is going to get rounded up. The goal is remigration. And if you don't know what that is, you can literally type Trump remigration and Google it. And what you'll find is a reference to a white supremacist in Europe that coined this phrase about remigrating people, which is the opposite of immigration. So if there are people that are legally here, they have citizenship, and the government decides that they don't fit in with what Americans should be, and again, they get to decide what Americans should be, color, race, ethnicity, whatever, they will pretty much null and void your citizenship and then kick you out. And we're not talking about people that broke the law. We're talking about people that potentially look like me. If the person that's deciding who that is, I don't know, is a little racist, prefers to have a very white country, they might just go across the list and be like, anybody that's brown, let's just get rid of them, even if they're legally allowed to be here. That's the goal. Just Google it. Google remigration. You can check it out. I promise. But we know for a fact that is what they're working towards. So I imagine the people that are supporting ICE right now, they're championing that. And I can imagine that they're probably thinking to themselves, it's all worth it. If ICE ends the lives of hundreds of people a day, they probably still think it's worth it. There's no red line, people. There's no bridge that's too far. There's no, okay, let's rethink how we're doing this. No, it doesn't matter. If this causes a massive civil war, they don't care. They see that much value in seeing a purified country. Mind you, since the inception of our country, there has never been a time, not one day, where the country had 0 undocumented people in it. They've always been here. For hundreds of years, in the Mexico, Texas border, and even the Canadian border, people freely walked back and forth between the two countries for 100 years. Nobody cared. There has never been a time this country didn't have millions and millions and millions of illegal immigrants. Never happened. Not since its inception. But yet, they want to risk people's lives, obviously, to create that state. What does that tell you?